I tested the strength of my 3D printed planetary gearboxes, and the results were surprisingly impressive. In this video, I explain how the gearboxes work and how I built them. I tested 4 different variants with different gear ratios and stage configurations. All variants followed the same principle. A sun gear in the center of the gearbox is driven by a motor. This sets the surrounding planet gears in motion. All components of the gearbox are located and rotate inside a ring gear, which also forms the outer housing of the gearbox. So that the gears can move as smoothly as they do here, and the first stage can rotate easily on the second one, there are a few important design principles to keep in mind when working with 3D printed gears. The planets are mounted on ball bearings, as you can see here, so that there is no friction between two 3D printed parts. The sun gear also engages with a special ball bearing on the backside to avoid friction there as well. A ball bearing is also placed in the ring gear for the output. The already assembled stages 1 and 2 can then be pressed into the ring gear, one after the other. Finally, the sun gear is inserted at the back, along with a cover for the gearbox. The exact parts I used and how everything was assembled are shown in a separate video. With a NAMA 17 or NEMA 23 motor attached, the gearbox is ready for use. To achieve different gear ratios, I created gearboxes with various numbers of stages and different tooth counts for each gear. The sun gear has 12 teeth, the ring gear has 72 teeth, and the planet gear has 30 teeth. We can then calculate the ratio using I equals 1 plus the number of ring gear teeth divided by the number of sun gear teeth. This gives us I equals 1 plus 72 divided by 12, which is 1 plus 6 equals 7. Therefore, a single-stage gearbox has a ratio of 1 to 7, and if we multiply 2 stages together, we get a ratio of 1 to 49. Now that we know how the gearboxes are built and how the gear ratios are achieved, we can test them. Here's a simple test setup. A gearbox is connected to a winch via a force gauge and a counterweight, in this case, my barbell. The first gearbox, with a ratio of 1 to 5, reaches a maximum force of 4 kilograms. Next, I test the 2-stage version, which has a ratio of about 1 to 31. The 4 kilogram limit is quickly surpassed, and the force continues toward 20 kilograms. At around 22 or 23 kilograms, you can hear the motor slowly losing power and starting to vibrate. For comparison, I also measured the motor's force on its own. It just barely managed to lift the force gauge with a carabiner attached, which weighs about 584 grams. With slightly lighter parts, it worked much better, mainly because the stepper motor tends to lose a few steps at the start if too much force is applied. Finally, the strongest gearboxes. The single-stage version with a 1 to 7 ratio produced a force of a little over 4 kilograms. The 2-stage version, with a ratio of 1 to 49, easily reached the 20 kilogram mark and continued to increase until it applied so much force, up to 36 kilograms, that the barbell weight was no longer sufficient and was essentially lifted into the air. So I stacked a few toolboxes on top to increase the counterweight. At a maximum load of just over 40 kilograms, the motor's force started to drop off and it slipped back slightly. At around 40, 42, and 44 kilograms, the maximum force was reached. Here's an overview. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel.